Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are sharing with you what we loved and what we hated on the Carnival Mardi Gras.
Yeah, this was one of our favorite Carnival cruises. There was so much to love. A couple things we didn't like so much, so we're going to go over all of that for you. But the first thing we noticed immediately when we got on the ship and walked around, took our initial tour, was just how many amazing restaurants and spaces there were on the ship.
Yeah, the restaurant and bar scene on the cruise ship, on the Carnival Mardi Gras was absolutely amazing. And one of the big changes that they had made on this ship from previous ships before it was how big the guy's Pig and Anchor was. So that was a really great space too.
Yeah, I love that because that's one of my favorite Carnival restaurants, and it's absolutely huge on this ship. And there is table service. It's just an amazing place to eat. Another one that we loved, it was our first time trying it, was Shaq's Big Chicken. And that turned out to be a real favorite of ours throughout the entire cruise.
Yeah, what I really loved about Shaq's Big Chicken on the Carnival Mardi Gras is that they also had breakfast on there, so you could get the biscuits. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I sometimes have dreams about how delicious the fries are at Shaq's Big Chicken. They're so good, just that nice and thin, and they're so crispy. Those are great, and you can actually get those when you order breakfast, right?
Don't forget the Shaq sauce either.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, so there's also Emeril's, which we did do for breakfast, and Emeril's was amazing. It's a great little restaurant, but you don't want to discount also the specialty restaurants on there. We did do hibachi, which I think that was probably one of my favorite meals ever on a cruise ship. The hibachi was just amazing. Yes,
now it was a really small space, I will say, but the food was absolutely incredible. The presentation was incredible. Just very high energy. Really draw out all the fun while they were doing the performance and cooking the food for you. There was no way that you were not going to have fun and enjoy your food at the hibachi restaurant on board.
Yeah, we've been on a lot of ships where you kind of get tired of the food over a 7-day period, and this is definitely not one of them. Next thing we loved about this was the bars, the variety, and the types of bars they had. What was one of your favorites?
One of my absolute favorites was the Havana bar, and they do have this bar on other ships as well, but on the Carnival Mardi Gras, it's huge. And the decor in it, they actually take it another level. It's really amazing. Love sitting in there and listening to the music and dancing, and the drink choices in there, the specialty drinks inside the bar there are actually really good.
Let's move on to another thing that we usually like on ships, but this one we did really end up loving it. It was the thermal suite on the Carnival Mardi Gras, and it is down on the 5th floor, which is a little bit of a departure, so there is no view, but we loved all the different spaces. They have the Thalasso pool, and they have all different kinds of rooms, saunas you can go in to relax.
One of the other great things about it, well, two great things that I really loved that I want to point out, is that they did have a lot of those warming lounge chairs that they had them on both sides. A lot of times there'll only be like 2, maybe 3. In this thermal suite, they had them on both sides of the Thalasso pool, and also a couple in the back corner, as well as the other thing I really liked is walking through that rain shower right next to the Thalasso pool. That was really nice too. You kind of walk through there and get that nice rain shower and then hop in the pool, and it's really great. But then you also have those other great spaces with your saunas and just the steam room. And it was just a really good space all the way around.
Now, we stayed in a spa balcony room when we were on the Carnival Mardi Gras, and it was up on the 17th floor, had a private kind of elevator to take you right down to the spa, and we loved being in the spa balcony rooms.
Yeah, you had a special key that took you down there. They did have rooms down with the spa as well, but we had a room that was up on 17, and so it was great to just be able to walk out of our room right down the hall and straight down. Instead of, I hate walking through the entire ship in my bathrobe to walk down to the spa. This was amazing because you could go straight in, and when you come out, you're literally right there in the spa. You don't have to check in or anything, so it was really good to have that combination together.
And it did include access to the thermal suite in the price of the room, so that was also great. The ship layout of the Carnival Mardi Gras, one of our favorite. It just felt like the flow of the ship was a lot better than some other Carnival ships and some other ships in general. I loved all the communal areas in the center of the ship, and I like it when it's a nice tall space like that instead of just these really kind of cramped feeling dark spaces in the middle of the ship.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. The layout just made sense with the way everything flowed. Sometimes you get on a ship and it just doesn't make a lot of sense how they've got traffic flowing, especially like in the atrium areas where there are lots of people gathering and lots of activity. The way they have it flowing was absolutely incredible, especially as it flowed into that French Quarter area where there's a lot of movement with dining rooms and bars and cooking spaces and shopping spaces. Absolutely brilliant. So they really thought this one out, I feel like, and it ended up being pretty good.
Yeah, and then the staff, I think, is one of our favorite things that we loved on the ship. They treated us so well, from the restaurants to the room attendants. Everyone was wonderful.
Absolutely. I think they brought the cream of the crop onto the Carnival Mardi Gras because everyone is absolutely phenomenal. You don't get the feeling ever like, this is my first day or this is my first trip. Everyone seems to know what they're doing, and you don't get that feeling of like, oh, well, I don't know if this person knows what I'm asking for, or that you have to explain something. Absolutely fantastic.
Not all sunshine and roses, though. There were a few things we did not like as much. One of them was another room category that we got to go in and check and tour, and that is the Havana Cabana rooms. They were nice, but we just didn't feel like they provided anything more for the money, and it really wasn't worth it if you're going to be in one of those.
Yeah, in comparison to our regular balcony room, you didn't see a ton of differences. If anything, maybe a smidge smaller. Yes, you got that little extra outdoor space, but like Rob said, for the money, it didn't feel like you really got much for it. So, a lot of the bonus spaces that they kind of sell you with the room, they actually open up to everybody. So there's been some contention back and forth. They've played around with that on various cruises, depending on which one you've been on. You've maybe had a different experience, but definitely we found that space was not really worth it.
And then the Bolt coaster, it was kind of unique and interesting to see, but after you did it once, not really something we wanted to do again, and it felt not really even that adultish, and I really wish they had done something different with some space up there. Like some of the newer ships have a go-kart track or a really big water slide. That would be kind of a more entertaining thing. The Bolt coaster kind of felt like a miss for us as far as a new experience on a ship.
Absolutely, and when you think about the fact that you have to pay extra for it, it takes up such little space in the part of the ship that it's over. It basically goes over the mini golf area and kind of the children's water park area. It kind of makes you feel like you're in like the kids area, and that they wasn't really meant for adults, because you're back there with like the kids, water area and the mini golf, which yes, that's for everybody, but it just kind of all feels very, kind of childlike. So it wasn't really, like you said, you go around once to just kind of get the gist of it, but after that it's like, it wasn't really that great.
Not something I'm going to do over and over on a cruise. But overall, I have to say, loved the Carnival Mardi Gras. One of our favorite Carnival ships, and one that we hope to go on again.
Absolutely. Guys, hopefully this is helpful if you're thinking about booking on the Carnival Mardi Gras. If you have any questions about the ship, you can check out lots of our videos right here on the channel, or you can leave your questions below in the comments. We'll see you next time.